Hello, this is JC, the Fantasy Football Explorer, and today we're going to be looking at Week 4 for Daily Fantasy. If you want to win fame and fortune and get a supermodel girlfriend, you came to the right place. So let's get into it. Okay, things are still a little crazy. It will settle down after Week 4. These teams are getting into the swing of things, especially after many players sat out the preseason. And these wild games like Broncos, Dolphins, things will start to settle down. We won't have that anymore. Now, the Broncos, that was so embarrassing. That was terrible. Now, in boxing, sometimes they might withhold a purse if they think the boxer did not give his best or try very hard. Maybe they should do that in the NFL. These Broncos players should have their game checks donated to charity, because that was terrible. That was the worst. A record-setting day for the Dolphins, and the Broncos should just be ashamed of themselves. That was terrible. Okay, going into Week 4, quarterbacks to consider: Justin Herbert. The Chargers-Raiders game has a chance for a lot of points. Matthew Stafford has actually been playing better than I thought, and I was a little surprised a little bit with Tutu Atwell and Puka Nacua. I thought they might continue in Cincinnati, but it's really not that much of a surprise that they would come back down to earth. It seems like Stafford likes to go to those two, and that Stafford could put up some numbers this week. And lastly, Geno Smith. The Giants don't look that good. Their defense doesn't look that good. And the Seahawks are 5-0 at MetLife Stadium, and Daniel Jones is 0-6 in Monday night games. So I'm going with Geno Smith this week, and all the signs point to a good game, but we'll see. All right, looking at running backs, I'm also going with Kenneth Walker for the same reasons. The Seahawks should roll. Christian McCaffrey, if you think the juice is worth the squeeze, he can be very pricey in daily fantasy. I'm not going to go with him this week, but if you care to, he should put up numbers for you. And then Dameon Pierce. Pittsburgh is tied for the 31st run defense. They have a good pass defense, but their run defense is not very good. This could be a week, and it's counterintuitive for some people. Some people are talking like the Steelers are good. I don't think the Steelers are that good, especially with their quarterback. Kenny Pickett has a lot to show me, but Dameon Pierce could have a very good week this week. Wide receivers, this can be very difficult. Figuring out who will have a good day. One catch for 50 yards could swing everything in your favor. So wide receivers are where it's difficult. Again, no surprise that I would like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, because I like the Seahawks this week. Justin Jefferson could have a good week. Some people may not know about Adam Thielen. Of course, some people may know about him after last week. He had an above-average week. I think Adam Thielen will be okay this week, and that the Panthers are going to try to keep up with the Vikings. They might throw it some more. And then the Raiders receivers, Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. That could be a shootout between the Raiders and Chargers. Keep in mind also Josh Palmer. Especially if you're in a season-long redraft league, you might find Josh Palmer on the waiver wire. He's a good pickup. And Quentin Johnston is worth the stash if you're willing to gamble on what he'll do in the future. Quentin Johnston's not there yet, but he could really come around. Tight ends, I'm going to go with George Kittle and Pat Freiermuth this week. George Kittle depends a lot on if Brandon Ayuk is going to play. If Ayuk is still injured or if he's limited, then Purdy seems willing to go to Kittle. But if Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk are both healthy, that seems to be where Brock Purdy likes to go. And lastly, for defense, I like the Saints, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. Maybe the Cleveland Browns, but not so much this week. But if you can pick them up in season long, that might be worth a go. Okay, just to finish up, this is week 4. This is the last of the crazy weeks. The first 4 weeks, you get weird results. You get a lot of fantasy points being put up. And from week 5 on, the team should settle in, and you should have a much better gauge of what's going to be going on. So just buckle up for week 4. And remember, it's a jungle out there, and be careful.